Alright, everybody. I told you I was going to have a special guest. If you've been following Twitter, you already know who it is because I just put his picture up. His mug. He just got out of prison. He's fresh off the streets, if you will. Or fresh off the streets. He's fresh out of prison with the shanks and the... You know what I mean. Hero motherfucking Casey. Check this guy out. And I did just cuss. I know most of you don't expect that from me, but that is his real nickname. It is motherfucking... Actually, it's motherfugging.
Yeah.
It's F-U-G-G-I-N.
There's like
it's
an
not
apostrophe.
F-U... Okay, so that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, now, what we're going to do in this segment is, we're only going to cover, real quick, the main event. We're not going to cover a whole bunch of fights because he's going to be doing a video. I think it's a... I know, it's fucking delicious. It says Del fucking Taco. Where's that fucking sign at over there?
Somewhere
there it is, right there. They actually just built these in Florida, and they are the fucking killing...
This is quite... Taco Bell just took a Cleveland steamer.
Exactly. I agree.
Terrible.
Okay, so, Machida Shogun, what do we think is going to go down and why? And then, of course, you do have your... You can pimp that out and say that you're going to do that video, so...
Okay, as far as like a small little... What I think will occur...
Yes, sir.
I know two men are going to enter the cage.
Listen to that dramatic music. That was perfectly timed.
That's why I do it, dude. That was my text message tone. I'll be talking to a friend. Obviously, you saw what happened. So, two men will enter a cage. One man will leave that cage. The UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. Done deal. That's all I can tell you. But, after the fight, when we find out who that one man to leave the cage was, on my Hero Casey channel, I will be doing a What Did We Learn About UFC 113. Is that what number we're up to now?
That's correct.
There we go. So that should probably be up sometime Sunday or Monday, whenever I fucking get around to it.
Okay, fair enough. Now, we're going to move the camera back my way. Now, the other thing that we want to talk about is what our favorite MMA DVDs are up to this point. I normally talk, you hear me talk a lot about...
Would you like me to grab this, by the way, Chase?
There you go. Go for it. Look, now Casey's the fucking filmmaker.
I know, right?
Normally, I normally come out and say that I like Pride 33 and I like Bushido 9, but this is a little gem right here. Check this out. This is UFC 73, and one of the reasons I like this event so much was the fact that you had Chris Lytle, you had Sean Shirk, and I'm trying to remember who else was it. Sean Shirk and Hermes Franca. You had Nogueira and Herring, which that was a crazy situation where he almost got knocked out. Nog did. You had Mark Bocek and Frankie Edgar. That was a good fight. You had Kenny Florian destroying Alvin Kid Robinson with the famous quote, "I finish fights at 155." Yeah, so... And then you had the main event that was very, very entertaining. Anderson Silva, Nate Marquardt. And then the draw with Tito Ortiz and Rashad Evans. So this is an underrated card. If you don't have this DVD, I suggest that you check it out. Casey brought his own, his own MMA version of a DVD here. I'm going to snag the camera.
Well, it's not really a DVD, Chase. It's media. And before I continue... Delish. UFC Undisputed 2010 is coming out very soon, correct?
That's correct.
I know a lot of you may not be able to afford $60. You may not even have an Xbox. So what can you do to play an MMA game? I've got an answer for you. Now, if you're rocking a PlayStation 1, you can play the Ultimate Fighting Championship, alright? That's the first thing you can do. It says you can punch, kick, grapple, and wrestle your competition into submission as an authentic UFC fighter. And it looks like on the back, I see Maurice Smith and Evan Tanner. I see Ron H2O Waterman. Oh my god, Guy Mesger. And I see Chuck Liddell
Superman.
And Gary Goodridge. So there are some OGs in here. And mine is even complete with the... look how nice... This looks like it just came out, right? How nice is this? Alright, but if this is a little bit dated for you... I got something that might be... If you're like Chase and you like to be kind of not the norm, I have Pride FC on the PlayStation 2.
That was an awesome game, by the way, if you haven't played this.
Is the precursor to everything that we have now. And I see this because you can play as Don Fry, and that's all you're going to want to play as because he has...
Fry Takayama.
Yep. Apparently, there are multiple fighting styles and various fighting... positions and insane fighting action, which is like Sakuraba jumping into someone's guard. So, in short, both of these games are almost fucking terrible, but they're MMA classics, and I think you should go on the electronic auction bay, and you should definitely check it out. And I also... Ooh, look, Hoist Gracie.
That is a thing of beauty. So do we have it? Do we have any other media that you have to share with us?
That will be all for me today.
I was not expecting him to bring games. I was expecting him to bring a DVD. But I will say one thing: Pride FC. Pride FC was an awesome game. I actually had that for the PS2. I remember playing that, and that was the best representation of an MMA game, I think, of the last generation of consoles.
Yes.
I don't know if you necessarily agree with that statement, but
I would definitely agree. Also, they have a K1 game for the PS2 that's very good as well. I don't own it. I did rent it when I was a child, and I thought it was badass because I played as Bob Sapp, I think.
yes.
So it lets that one soak in a little bit. But both these games, don't buy the one for PS1. It's terrible. All the UFC games like Sudden Impact and shit, I forget the other one. Terrible. Pride FC, that's a game though.
Got it. Good stuff.
All right,
Well,
guys.
that was the little segment. Wasn't going to do nothing crazy, but as you got to see, Hero Casey threw out some crazy stuff. I had to throw out his nickname, the Mo-fuggin Casey, because that's what I call him on the phone. I'm like, hey, every time I get on the telly with him,
It's true. It's very intimidating.
I'm like, what's up? What's going on, Hero Mo-fuggin Casey? And he's like, yeah, that is my nickname, isn't it? So
I'm like, it sounds appropriate, but I'm right now in a courthouse chase. I don't know if we can say those kinds of things. That's usually what happens on the phone.
that's what happens when you get out of jail.
It's true.
All right, guys. Phantom UFC fan, Sir Chase is out. Make sure that you go check out the What Have We Learned video from Casey. He does great videos. He's got a lot of knowledge.
Thank you.
I think that's it. I think we're out.
We are outie through thouty, and I'm going to go back to the Del Taco, and I'm going to finish my milkshake.
Sounds good.